Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Mike Sandler. I'm the program manager for the Regional Climate Protection Authority. It's a new organization formed about 15 months ago to coordinate with local governments to achieve our greenhouse gas reduction goals by 2015. So we have a few years still to go, and we're tracking our progress to see how we're doing, and we have a long way to go. So we can feel good about the leadership we're taking, but we also have to take a sober look at the long road ahead. And I don't know if we can go back a few slides. Are we able to? Oh, this. I have it. Let's go back here. Look, it's smiling people dealing with climate change back in 2005. I just like it. And the other thing I like about this is that at that time, we still had 10 years to reach our greenhouse gas emissions goal. So there's a little bit less urgency than we currently feel. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge you all, the leaders in climate change and climate protection in Sonoma County, the elected officials, mayors, council members, supervisors, Suzanne Smith and Jake McKenzie, Valerie Brown, and the RCPA board members, city managers and city staff, community leaders and scientists. Can we all just give ourselves a round of applause? I'd like to also, real briefly, bring to your attention one of the handouts that's in your folder. It's entitled Sonoma County Carbon Budget and Economic Impact for 2010. And this is a new concept, and we're just running it by you for the first time, and feel free to give us feedback on what you think about that. We have two pie charts in the middle. The small pie chart is our 2015 goal, and it's been sized so that you can see our 2010 emissions is the bigger pie chart. So we want to shrink that down so that we're within our budget. We're using the carbon budget analogy here because I learned from watching the news that the budget is the most important, and deficits are the most important issue in our country. More important than species extinction, more important than social justice, more important than economic inequality, and more important than the government's responsibility to protect its citizens from extreme weather events that recently have been ravaging states where senators deny that climate change is happening. So we need to be in budget. This is a moral issue, and that's why we're trying to present it in this way. MTCO2E is an acronym. It means metric tons carbon dioxide equivalent, so that's a way to express greenhouse gas emissions, and that number is derived by looking at our fossil fuel consumption. So we actually broke down what is our fossil fuel consumption in Sonoma County, and that's below the carbon budget. And it's estimated. We still have problems collecting this data. We need better measurement of the gasoline consumed in Sonoma County so that we don't have to rely on statewide numbers that are just using a ratio to get our Sonoma County numbers. We need to figure out how much gasoline is consumed here. If we're consuming increased amount of gasoline each year, we're not going to meet our target. Regarding the total electricity consumed, a lot of that relies on the coefficient of PG&E's electricity power mix and how much fossil fuel is in there. What we did is we extrapolated the fossil fuel consumption into dollars. And at the bottom right corner, that's what I call the punchline. If you add up the fossil fuel consumption in Sonoma County in 2010, we believe that over $1 billion was spent on fossil fuels. That money leaves the county, and it generally goes to support other countries, regimes that we may not be in our national security interest. And so when people say, how are we going to pay for all this stuff? Well, here I have $1 billion for you. So I think that money is ready for the taking. On the back of the flyer, we have a couple of factors that we feel are the main culprits, in addition to our fossil fuel use: weather, population, and economy. And if we don't have programs that are larger than those factors, then we're at the whims of those three issues. So we need big programs, we need visionary programs, and we also need political incentives that make things like carbon prices and fees and taxes politically acceptable. So if we need to return the money back to the people as a dividend. We can put a carbon price on gasoline and return money back to people. People are receiving that money. It helps them pay for the carbon price. We need those types of solutions. And a per capita measurement is what we have on here, looking at our emissions in perspective. And we shouldn't congratulate ourselves too much because we don't have very much coal in our electricity. That's not something we did. Those are state level decisions that made decades ago by visionary people to get coal out of our electricity system. But we still have a long ways to go, and in order for global equity, we should be looking to be closer to the world average in CO2 emissions going forward. And so with that, I appreciate you all being here, and please stop by the RCPA booth outside when you're, if you have some time. And I'll turn it over to Supervisor Carrillo to provide some of the vision going forward. Thanks.